So question 8 is asking us for the 8th term in the arithmetic sequence, which is shown below for the first 3 terms. So to start this out, let's write out our equation for the nth term in an arithmetic sequence. And from our notes, this is T n for the nth term equals a, which refers to our first term, plus n minus 1 times d, which is the difference that we have in between each consecutive term. So looking at this equation, we know the first term in our sequence, which is a minus b, but we don't know d. So to find out d, we're going to use the other thing we know about arithmetic sequences, which is that if you take any term a n minus 1 and you add d, you get the next term, which I'm going to call a n. So to find out what d is, let's look at our first two terms in this sequence and plug them into this equation. So my first term is a minus b, and to this I'm going to add some difference d, and this is going to give me the second term, which is a minus b over 2. All right, so basically we want to solve this for d. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides of my equation by 2 in order to get rid of this fraction. So multiply this side by 2 and this whole side by 2. So this is going to cancel out the 2 on this side to give me a minus b. And on the other side, I'm going to get 2a minus 2b plus 2d. All right, so now all I want to do is combine like terms. And I'm going to move my 2a over to the right side by subtracting it. I'm going to add 2b. So this cancels out on this side to give me 2d equals a minus 2a is negative a. Negative b plus 2b is plus b on this side. All right, and now I'm going to divide by 2, both sides of the equation to solve for d. And I'm just going to rearrange the top of this fraction so it looks a bit nicer. This is going to give me b minus a over 2. So this is saying that between each consecutive term in our sequence, we've added d and we've added b minus a over 2 to each term. So we can check that this is correct by going between our second and third terms. So if we take our second term, a minus, sorry, that's really bad, a minus b over 2, and we add our d, which we've found is b minus a over 2. This should give us 0, but let's see what we get. So this is the same as saying a minus b plus b minus a all over 2. And if we move down, we can see that we have 1a minus a and 1b minus b. That's just going to give us 0 over 2, which is 0. And yes, that's our third term. So we've solved for d correctly. Now we still need to find the 8th term of the sequence, but now we have everything to plug into our equation. So I'm using this equation up here, and I want to find the 8th term. So that's T8, and that equals the first term, which is a minus b, and our n is 8. So we have 8 minus 1 here. And we've just found that our d is b minus a over 2. All right, so now we just need to evaluate this out. Let's see what we get. So the first thing we're going to do is 8 minus 1 is 7. And this is multiplied by b minus a over 2. I'm going to multiply the 7 in. So this gives me a minus b plus 7b minus 7a all over 2. And so the next step is to try to get rid of that fraction. So I'm going to multiply every term by 2. So this is going to look, I'm going to multiply, sorry, I said that wrong. What I'm going to do is try to get everything as one fraction over 2. So to do that, I'm going to multiply 2 over 2, which is just the same as 1, times a, and 2 over 2 times b, and moving up here, this is going to give me 2a over 2 minus 2b over 2 plus 7b minus 7a over 2. So we can just combine all this into one fraction. This is going to give me 2a minus 2b plus 7b minus 7a all over 2. And I just combine my terms on the top of this fraction. So 2a minus 7a is going to be negative 5a. Negative 2b plus 7b is going to be plus 5b. And this is all over 2. So the answer in the back is just split this up again into 2 fractions. So this is the same as saying negative 5a over 2 plus 5b over 2, which is our answer for the 8th term in this sequence.